Houthis ban music and singing in weddings.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Houthi militia forces in the Amran Governorate of Yemen have been conducting a large-scale intimidation campaign against male and female artists to prevent them from performing or singing at venues and events. Further, the Houthis reportedly stormed tourist facilities in the city of Ib and caused several hotels and restaurants to close down. From the beginning of the civil war in Yemen in 2014, the Houthis took control of various means of communications in the country and channeled these to their needs, Nissim Louftan reminded. In the summer of 2021, the Houthis banned singing and music performances at social events in the capital, Sana'a, and in other areas under their control. Local Houthis appointed Governor Abd al-Basit Hadi and issued a statement prohibiting men and women from appearing at weddings in Sana'a as well, Nissim Louftan explained. This is one of a series of measures taken by the Houthis by which they sought to enforce their interpretation of religious and moral codes on others. The closing of cafes, restaurants, and other public entertainment places, the detention and arrest of artists, and the cancellation of cultural events and artistic activities, all of these were practices essentially no different from those that al-Qaeda militants attempted to do in the past in Yemen. Similar to what the Al Arabiya anchor said, Nissim Louftan underlined that this ban does not seem to apply to the Houthis themselves. Houthi forces encourage store owners to promote music that glorifies the Houthis themselves and the war that they have been waging for almost a decade through a certain rhetoric, a genre called zawamel.
This post received a score of 6,400, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Joy of any kind will not be tolerated. They sound like great people.
Things like this make me wonder, what are these people actually fighting for? In America we have our ideals of freedom and the American dream, flawed as both those may be, they make sense to fight for. Is a large portion of the Muslim world completely down to fight and strive towards a joyless, repressive existence?
When I am weaker than you, I ask you for freedom because that is according to your principles. When I am stronger than you, I take away your freedom because that is according to my principles. Frank Herbert, Children of Dune. No tolerance for intolerance. I wish more people on the left could get behind it. You can be critical of bad ideas without being xenophobic, but most people can't grasp that, and it needs to change.
Yep, the key here is to understand the concept of tolerance as a social contract rather than a moral obligation. Break the social contract and no one has an obligation to be tolerant of you.
This is why I am a liberal. Sure, I think my way of living is superior and everyone would be better off if they adopted my values, but so does everyone else. If you leave me alone to live my life, I'll leave you alone to live yours. Obviously, there is a bare minimum agreement that certain acts are considered unacceptable to everyone, and that's what our democratically elected government puts down in the Community Penal Code.
Quit being happy.
How can I avoid being happy when the Houthis have such an amazingly well-designed flag?
Well, that's uplifting. Allah is the greatest. Death to America. Death to Israel. A curse upon the Jews. Victory to Islam. God bother us will be the death of us all.
So it's a flyer posing as a flag. Got it. They're lazy as well as buzzkills.
Lot of people will die or kill for that flyer. Question mark.
There is no place in the 21st century for Islamic rule or theocracies of any kind. They are the epitome of tyranny.
Tell me more about how these people are admirable freedom fighters against the tyrannical West though.
They are so cartoonishly evil.
I hear next they're going to ban puppies and sunshine.
But what if I want to play some Houthi and the blowfish at a wedding? Hey, what can I do? I only want to jihadize you.
How are we support the Houthis gonna justify this?
As long as they're against Israel.
Remember how everyone on TikTok thought the Houthis are so brave and progressive for fighting Israel?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.